Alright, hello again everyone. This is Unreal from the Liberty City Police Department First Response Forums. Going to be here with my part 2 of the walkthrough of 0.95 Beta 1. If you remember last time, I started off with a fairly in-depth walkthrough of how to get LCPD First Response started, a couple of the new features, and a couple of bugs, unfortunately. But I'm here with a part 2 and probably a part 3 just to see if we can get a little bit more in depth on the gameplay. And this time I'm actually going to be exploring the second island. It's a little bit bigger, some more varied, different scenery here. So we'll see what we can get ourselves into. Just coming off of the bridge right now, and I'm going to take a spin around the Chinese district here. You'll notice this time I'm actually using a normal, traditional cruiser with a light bar on top. It's going to use the same skin though. But that's not good. So it looks like that van just cut this SUV off, so let's go have a chat and see why.
Park your vehicle and turn the engine off!
Not the best parking job. Let's go say hello. Alright. Alright, looks like he already 1050'd himself here on the telephone pole. Let's see if I can get him out.
What am I?
Driver's taken back off. Version 0.91, he would have been quite a bit slower to get away. Probably would not have been able to straighten himself out. And looky here, you can already see my backups coming without even needing to call anyone. This already feels a lot more real just by having all these cars here assisting me. Usually chases like this in 0.91 I'd have to conduct solo, especially as evident from my other videos that I have posted on my channel here.
Pull over to the side of the road!
Driving a lot nicer, not slamming into a bunch of other cars. Oh! Alright, get him stopped for a second, let's see if we can get him out. Wedged in between these cars, unfortunately. Let's see if I can get him here. Alright, beautiful.
Where'd you get these stolen credit cards?
Looks like you'll be away for a while.
Come back and say that to me without the uniform.
Alright, so now that I got him taken care of, I'm just going to call a transport unit and head back to my cruiser. Pretty easy chase, but pretty fun. I liked that. Wish I could say the same thing about the driver AI. These people are absolutely retarded. Alright. Alright, so we found ourselves a little closer to the waterfront. Looks like the business district here. So we'll see if we get ourselves something like a call out, perhaps another traffic violation around here. That wasn't smart. Alright, so this guy behind me just tapped my bumper. It's not a big enough deal where I'm going to rip him out of the car, and he just did that again. Not a big enough deal where I'm going to go rip him out of the car, but I think what I'll do is once this light turns green, I'm actually just going to pull over and let him pass, and pull him over after that. Just like that.
Park your vehicle and turn the engine off!
Yeah, I think you're on to something there. Nice eyes. Nice tiss, too.
With a sexy talk like that, how can I resist?
Having a little fun while driving, were we? Show me some ID.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I tell you where to buy nice fake Crocs.
Alright, so I got his license, just gonna go run that in the cruiser here and see what turns up. unfortunately, you get that little siren glitch again. Alright, so no warrants for arrest, license is valid. Probably just gonna see if I can cite him for hitting my bumper. It's a city property he just struck. Twice, mind you. Unfortunately, you don't have the option to give him multiple tickets. That may be something they could add maybe after...
I trained for this,
What
scum.
the hell is that?
Get out where I can see you now. You're gonna wait for a long, long time. Sure, officer. Sure.
Oh, that was easy. Perhaps that's something they could add in
Is armed.
0.95. Excuse me, 0.96 or whatever version may happen to be next. You unfortunately cannot deal out multiple tickets.
Subject last seen on foot.
Making a big mistake taking on the cop.
Alrighty then, I'm just gonna pretend that didn't happen. And luckily for this guy, there's actually a police station right behind us, so he chose a really good place to commit a crime. Makes transportation really easy. Alright, and dragging him through that little marker there actually makes the perp disappear. Not sure if I really like the flickering effect, but I guess that's about as good as it's going to get for putting him inside the building. I will note that if you actually decide to go into the building, you will actually still see him a little bit. He will walk in there temporarily with you and disappear after a second or so. No place to take him for booking. Again, that may be another feature.
You think you can outrun me?
Bad choice. Alright, so we just got this guy taken down on Albany Ave. Pretty much just took off into a giant fleet of police cars. Probably not the wisest decision.
Stop the vehicle and pull over. LCPD people clear the street.
Let's see if I can grind him into one of the buildings over here. Perfect. Okay, not perfect. Not perfect. I think a lot of the people in Liberty City must be completely numb to police chases by now. They really don't like to get out of the way, even with my megaphone on. Alright, so it looks like he stopped himself over here. Let's see if I can get him out without all the backup units crashing into me and killing me.
Hey, where you
Alright.
going?
Let's see if I can detain him. Beautiful. Alright, doesn't get much better than that. Alright, let's see if we can call some transport and just get on my way. I don't see the little blue blip coming down the road, unfortunately, so that may be a transport that's glitched out. However, I believe the perp is going to disappear once I leave the area since the pursuit is officially over. You'll notice that by saying pursuit done busted, pursuit done dead, etc. at the bottom of the screen. I potentially could have hit F12 to call more units to the area, but I ended up skipping that. For those people who are curious out here, beta testing has been going pretty smoothly in my opinion. Getting some glitches reported. I noticed the G17 team has been paying attention to my video here, taking everything in stride, and as always, they're generally concerned with what the community has to say, which is a very good thing. So on my way to a call out real quick, see if I can avoid slamming into everything. So overshot that street a little bit. This plaza. Alright. Alright, yet again you'll notice that the muggers here are actually taking off quite a bit before you even reach them. And it looks like he actually dropped 2 guns somehow, 2 pistols. Alright, not the smartest decision. So that shows you another little, not necessarily a glitch I suppose, but a logic problem. The suspect had not 1, not 2, but 3 pistols on him. That's way more than a concealable amount. Alright, so we get a shooting call, just going to get out my assault rifle so I'm prepared, and flip a U-turn. Alright, looks like this is going to be right up ahead at the bridge. Alright, oddly enough, these guys are just walking in a big line down the street here. What I'm going to do is try to take some cover on the side of the road since shooters won't trigger until I get closer. Don't want to be caught out in the open. Alright. We get plenty of police coming right up. Alright, and it's shoot on sight now. They've already opened fire.
I will kill you! Officer 219, requesting immediate backup.
Do not make me get out of this car!
Alright, threats pacified. Permanently pacified. Alright, at this point I can call an ambulance. It's kind of fruitless at this point, considering they got shot by an assault rifle, so I'm just going to continue on my way. No hang-ups so far, which is a very stark contrast to .91. Quite often if you get into too many of those calls with too many backup units, that would really bog the game down and make it crash even on fairly decent systems like my own.
I think his new designs are so
Very glad there were multiple police stations on the second island. Makes it much easier to transport and detain people.
I say that all the time.
When I edge back or forward like that, just want to make that clear. The reason I do that is for traffic behind me. The traffic will typically slam into you if you don't move, even if it's for a couple seconds. Alright, so we got a mugging call. I'm just going to turn around and head towards that. Code 3. Out of the way. Alright, so he dropped his pistol on the ground just like the last one. We're going to see if he has another one to pull out and aim at my face. Sincerely hope not.
Looks like you'll be away
Beautiful.
for a
That's
while.
exactly what I want to see happen when a perp drops his gun.
I'd ask me or shut the fuck up!
Alright. Well, in this instance, I'm not going to call a transport unit, primarily because we're in an alleyway. The transport officers aren't necessarily that bright. They do have a hard time getting through basic traffic, never mind if it's going to be down a side street or an alley that cars don't normally go through. So I'm just going to take him in my own car instead. The police station was actually fairly nearby, as you remember. I was just saying how easy it is to transport people when there are multiple stations. And what a good example. Alright, so just going to walk him through the marker and drop him off that way.
Hey, what's up?
Wish they would keep the handcuff animation even once they're out of the car for a little bit more realism, because this guy could easily just bolt. And because I stayed in that marker a little bit too long, I actually ended up going inside, but you can see the suspect there for a brief second. As I mentioned before, he does stay in the station for a moment before he fully disappears. Yet again, in a later version of this game, I would like to see maybe a room for detainment, like maybe a small jail cell or something of that nature. I don't know if that's something they can steal from The Lost and the Damned. I know there is a jail that's used towards the end of that game for one of the last missions. Alright, so I'm just gonna come talk to this guy real quick. Okay, we actually get a random event. I'm gonna go ahead and forget this pullover. Try to block his way. Still gonna move, unfortunately. It's gonna be hard to pursue somebody from behind a car. I don't know what's into that.
If you don't pull over, I will pull you over.
Alright, well I gave him plenty of warning. He doesn't want to listen to me. So we're gonna have to pull him over by force. Alright, I had him boxed in almost perfectly. Just a tiny little bit of my nose into my car would have caught him. Love the aggressiveness of the cars in here again. They're actually doing a good job at trying to stop him from going down a street. Oh, that could have been... that's the part I don't like about the AI. As I mentioned before, however, I don't know if that's fixable. Luckily, while I'm in an animation, the police can't kill me by running me over. Alright, so that's a double fatality on that, unfortunately. Threats pacified, though. Civilians get saved as a result, so good guys win another one. So I'm not going to bother opening my trunk. I may pull out my in-game cell phone to try to heal myself. It looks like that's not going to work. Alright. Two glitches I've noticed that's kind of annoying, having to do with the trunk. Quite often it seems that the only way to heal yourself and get a reload of ammo or armor is to use your trunk. Used to be able to use my cell phone all I wanted, and .91 and .95 it blocks me at random for whatever reason. Sometimes the text on the cell phone even doubles over, making it almost impossible to read. I get a mugger way down the street. Okay. That was pretty pointless. So what happened there was the mugger spawned literally on the very tip of the bubble there where I'm able to catch him, and just taking an extra second delay to get out of my car was enough for him to get out of range. Guess that's a fluke, but kind of annoying nonetheless. They may want to work on spawn areas.
Dean, hi.
At any rate, so the cell phone definitely has its issues. I'm going to go ahead and go and heal myself in here. The cell phone has its issues doubling text over, sometimes making it almost unreadable. You have to know all the functions by heart. Other times it doesn't even pull up whatsoever. I prefer using the Magnum pistol if I can, so that's kind of annoying if I don't have access to the weapons I like. Furthermore, I have noticed lately that the taser does not work on the Magnum pistol. It only works on the 9mm. So until that gets resolved, I may end up having to use the pistol I don't like. It's probably a very simple fix. I don't know if it's a glitch or if it's something they disabled on purpose. I haven't ascertained that yet. Alright, now that I'm all refilled of health and ammo, let's see if we can continue on our way here. Alright, and I just heard somebody litter behind me, and lo and behold, there's a little soda can outside that guy's window. You can see he already wants to pass me. I mentioned before that cars will slam into me if you don't move.
Can we all move along, please?
Just gotta tap on my up or down arrow once in a while. Alright. So, just gonna do like we did last time, let him pass. This will give me a good opportunity to use my new button for pullovers called Other.
Pull over!
Beforehand, you had three options: reckless driving, I'm trying to remember what they were, reckless driving, speeding, and I believe there is one other. And in any case, you now have a button called Other. where you can actually usually shout some kind of an insult. Let's see. Alright, and there's another glitch actually. This immediately skipped me to the second menu, where I didn't run the suspect's license. I did not get an opportunity to tell them what they did wrong. It just skipped me to that menu. Pretty annoying.
Park your vehicle and turn the
I have
engine
reported that
off.
glitch, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so I'm going to try this again. Hopefully this works.
I beg your pardon.
Better.
Hello.
Did you just look at me?
There we go. So that was hitting the button that said Other.
Show me some ID.
That's the other one I forgot. Vehicle not roadworthy. That's the third option I forgot. Alright, so anyway, I'm using the one called Other. This is for any other excuse you might have to pull somebody over. You're just going to say a random pedestrian cop phrase to somebody. Alright, see if we can enter her name in here. Alright, so valid license, no warrants for arrest, so I might let her go or ticket her, see what kind of mood I'm in. And I just heard somebody have an accident behind me. I'm gonna ignore that. Alright, so I am gonna fine her for littering. The stipulation in Liberty City says minimum fine you can get is $100. I'm actually just gonna give her a $40 citation. Not a very big offense. Up here, while on this traffic stop, I noticed this car, pretty beat up. Just gonna see what's going on there.
Hello.
Does this car look like it's in a safe condition to you? Could I see some ID?
Oh no.
Much obliged.
Alright, let's go run that license. And there's the siren glitch again. Any name with a G in it is going to trigger that siren. Alright, so valid license. Doesn't seem to be any warrants, so I'm just going to issue her a ticket. Probably for the exhaust system. That's probably going to be the worst part of this car. Can't ticket her for rust or crappy rims. But I can definitely ticket her for the exhaust, and if she happens to have a headlight out.
Have a nice day.
Right, so I just did a very small citation. If I didn't go over this in my last shooting call, if I didn't go over that small citation in my last video, that's called a fix-it ticket. For American police agencies, if you have somebody with a busted headlight or a broken tailpipe, something like that, you can issue them a fix-it ticket, which means that if they get it repaired in the next 3 days and can prove it to the court, you don't have to pay the fine. Alright, so I've arrived on scene. Guessing by where this is, it's going to be a prank call, but we'll take a look.
LCPD, who called us?
Yep, that is indeed a prank.
Must have been a prank. Bunch of idiots.
And there goes another beat-up car right behind me.
I probably quit smoking, but I didn't think I put on like 10 pounds.
So you can get this guy to pull around the corner or something.
Hello.
Pull over.
Alright, pretty good pullover job. Like I mentioned before, I like that a lot better than the last version. You still do get the awkward stops once in a while where they'll just stop in their lane or go across the street, but usually it's pretty good.
I'm afraid this is not a roadworthy vehicle. Show me some ID.
No.
Thank you.
For those curious, asked me in my previous video, yes, I am using the traffic flow mod with ELS. And custom cars, you do tend to get the taxi glitch or the patrol car glitch where you see nothing but cop cars and taxis. So I'm using that to try to fix that issue. Works pretty well. Produces a good amount of beat up cars, so I can actually... okay, expired license. It's going to pull her out. Get back on that traffic flow subject in a second. Alright, just gonna have her step out.
Hands on the car. Ah, yeah, another one down.
You're out of your league with me, officer.
Beautiful. Alright, so yet again we happen to be right next to a police station when somebody's committing a crime.
Surrounded by parasites.
Back on the subject of traffic flow there, the mod's going to help to get rid of that glitch. Does give me a good amount of beat up cars, gives me an okay amount of fast cars, although it's Lamborghini every single time. They don't give me anything like a Corvette or a Ferrari now and then. A lot of people are suggesting they should put in more vehicles than just 20. Traffic flow is meant to pull cars from a pool of only 20 vehicles, so if that script ever gets a version 6, that's probably going to greatly improve the diversity. Alright, so at this point, video's getting a little long, so what I'm going to do is cut this short and call this part 2 of my walkthrough, and there will be a part 3 in just a moment. You can find the link at the top right corner of this video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you in part 3 of the walkthrough.